Welcome to Shine Movement Space. In today's Express class, I'll be using a Reformer at-home kit and a Pilates ring. We'll be targeting not only our lower body and core, but work on clearing our mind and concentrating to keep both our body and the ring stable throughout the exercises. I hope this class helps you to feel focused and in control of your body. Find yourself a place to anchor your bands, and let's get moving and shine together. Hello, thanks for joining me. We are going to be moving with the Corefirst at-home reformer bands and then a ring. As you can see, I have the handles of the bands around the handle of my ring. I want you to try to make sure you can kind of tuck it in underneath the handles of the ring so that it's nice and stable and won't slide or pop off. And then we're going to start laying on our backs. So take a moment and get set up. Okay, I'm laying on my back here. I'm going to try to keep both hips nice and even. I have one foot rested on that ring, and then the other is on the mat. Hips are nice and even. I'm trying to feel an even pull from that anchor to start. Neck is nice and long on the mat. I want you to inhale here, and on the exhale, draw that rib cage together in the front, and let it feel heavy into the mat. Inhale. And exhale, inhale, and at the same time we're stretching that leg a little bit. Exhale, one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. Inhale here, and on the exhale you're going to press into that bottom heel, lifting your hips up to a shoulder bridge position. I want you to make sure you don't overextend this bridge, keeping that rib to hip connection in the front. And then we inhale, lower down. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale to lower. I want you to press into that ring so that your hips stay nice and even and that ring and Corefirst is not pulling your hip up as well on the other side. We exhale, pressing up to a shoulder bridge, lifting the pelvis. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. One more. Exhale, lift, and let's hold it up here. I want you to feel nice and stable through your hips, and then press that other thigh in line with that standing knee. Inhale, bring it up, keeping your pelvis up. Exhale, press it long. Inhale, lift it up. One more. Exhale, press it down. Inhale, lift it up. And we're going to lower our pelvis back to the mat. You have another one like that. Let's inhale here. Exhale. Press down through the floor, lift up into that shoulder bridge. Now we exhale, press that ring down. Inhale, center. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And we lower our pelvis to the mat. Big inhale. One more time. Exhale. Lift those hips. We press that ring down. And lift. Keeping our pelvis nice and even. That's the tricky part. One more. Press. And lift. Lower. Very nice. Take a breath here. You're going to exhale. Zip in and up through your lower abdominals and lift that other knee up. You're going to let your hands float behind your head. Rib cage drawn in. We exhale, press that leg long. We inhale, bend that knee, extend the other leg long. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. You can add head, neck, and shoulder lift on the exhale. Curling those shoulders up. Deepening that abdominal activation here. Or you can come down in between. So exhale, curling up. Inhale to lower. Exhale. And inhale. So you choose what's best for your body today. We have a few more like this. Exhale, scooping abdominals towards the spine. Inhale to lower. And lower. And let's do one more. Exhale. And lower down. Very nice. Extend that leg towards the ceiling so the knee is straight. You're going to slide that other foot, bend it, and you're going to put it on top of that ring. Inhale here. Extend your legs towards the ceiling and exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Just a few like this. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. We inhale here, and on the exhale, curling up, you press the bottom leg long. Top knee presses into the ring, but it won't quite straighten. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, scoop abdominals, press, lift, find that curve. We try to stay in the center for this one. Exhale, curling straight up in the middle. Inhale to lower. Exhale, scoop and lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale. And inhale, and let's do one more like that. Exhale. And inhale. On the next one, we're going to find an oblique twist with that. So we exhale, rotate, bringing the opposite elbow towards that knee, and lower down. Exhale, lifting up and over and lowering down. So that back leg is still bending and stretching, and then that top foot is kind of pressing into the ring to provide extra pressure and scoop to lift up. We exhale, lifting up and over. Inhale, center. Let's do two more. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale, center. Very nice. Extend your legs towards the ceiling. You're going to let your arms float back to your side and then switch feet in the ring. So we have pressure into that ring with the top foot. I want you to make sure those hips are nice and even. Inhale here. And on that exhale, we lift up into that shoulder bridge and inhale to lower. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, we press down through that heel, really using the glutes to lift up and lower down. And lift. Trying to keep even through those hips. Exhale. And inhale. Let's do two more. And one more. Lower down. Okay, we're going to add the lowering of the top leg. So we exhale. We lift it up. We press that leg in line so the thighs are in line with each other and lift it back up. Exhale. Press it down. Scooping abdominals towards the spine. And letting the glutes lift from underneath to support us. Bring it back up and lower on down. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Pressing up. You lower the leg and lift and lower and lift. As you lower the leg, I want you to only put it in line with that top thigh so that you don't arch the back. I don't want you pressing it down and the back to go up. So just lengthening long, but not overextending in that bridge. Inhale and exhale. One more time. We press up. We lower down and lift. Exhale, press and lower. Inhale, lift. One more. Exhale, press and lower, reaching long through that leg. And lift. We lower down. Very nice. Zip in and up through your lower abdominals now. Lift that other leg to 90 degrees and let the hands float behind the head. We inhale here. Exhale. We press the ring away and then bend the knee, press the other leg away. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Rib cage is drawn together in the front. We feel a nice rib to hip connection. And every time we press that ring away, we think of our abdominals flattening and kind of lifting in and up from the pelvic floor. You can add that head, neck, and shoulder lift and lower. Curling up, finding a nice C curve as you press through that leg. Exhale. And inhale, or you can choose to stay up and switch and press and switch. Few more, however you choose. And let's do one more. Very nice. Bend that back leg in, stretch that top leg long. You're going to bring that other foot to the ring. You press away just slightly here. We inhale, bend that bottom knee, and exhale, curl and press away. Inhale. So this is a challenge for the stability of your pelvis. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, press away. Inhale. And scoop. A few more like that. Try to find that stability. Inhale. And exhale, press. Inhale. And let's do one more like that. And now let's add that oblique twist. Curling up and over towards that bent knee. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Trying to activate those obliques. Finding a nice rotation there. Few more. Let's do two more. And one more. Very nice. Come to the center, extend your legs long, and let's slide both feet into that ring. You're going to let your hands float behind the head just one more time. The legs are 90-90. We inhale here, and on the exhale, reach those feet away, curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Few more. You can also take those arms into a circle. That might feel nice on the shoulders. Tucking chin to chest. Scooping abdominals towards the spine. And one more. Hold it up. Hold it up. And then lower with control. Let the feet float towards the ceiling. Give yourself a nice stretch here. Inhale to bend. Exhale to stretch. Inhale to bend. Exhale to stretch. And let's do one more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen your feet, your heels. Feel them pressing up towards the ceiling. Breathing here, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. Very nice. Bend your knees. Let's take the feet out of that ring. You can grab behind your legs, roll yourself on up, and then we'll end class with a nice deep breath in. Inhaling, scooping up all that good energy. Exhaling, bringing it to your heart. Inhale here. Thanking yourself for taking the time to do something good for your body and mind today. Exhale. Inhale. And on the exhale, arms float open, eyes float open, shoulders roll up, down, and back. And I thank you as well for joining me today. I know this was a bit unconventional, putting the ends of the straps on the ring, but I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, be sure to check the description because I'll link complimentary classes below, or give a nice like, a subscribe. That always encourages me to keep making classes for you. And no matter what, my friend, I really hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you feel good, nice and activated and strong, and I hope you continue to shine. Bye. Sincere thanks to you, my friend, for being an important part of the beginning of this channel. Every view, thumbs up, subscribe, and encouraging comment increases connection and really does help this space to grow. Please consider following if you haven't already. I appreciate your support and I hope you'll join me again.